So Google Chrome out of the box, I mean, it'll pretty much do everything that you need it to do, but there's some things that you might want to change that could, drive you nuts in the future. So to prevent that from happening, let's go ahead and do some configuring. So over here, we have this kind of like, it looks like an identity definition equal sign. I'm going to click on that and go to the settings button, or the settings drop down option. And once I do that, this is a place where we can make all of our changes. So if you already have a Google account, chances are you can go ahead and just sign into Chrome, and all the changes that you make here are going to be remembered. Down here we have show advanced settings. If I click on that, there's one setting here that you're definitely going to want to change, and that one is the downloads. So right now, if I go out to download something, it will default to this location. Everything will just end up in this folder. And this can be a little bit hard to remember where it goes. I mean, some people are really good at remembering this, some people not so much. But it will become particularly hard to remember, especially if you need to do backups to ensure that you have all of your backups, if things are going to, different folders everywhere. So what I'm going to do instead is check in ask where to save each file before downloading. That way, each time I go out to the web and download something, it has to ask me where I want to put it. And this will allow me to control where my files go so that later when I have to do backups, it's relatively easy because I have a place for everything. So just scrolling down here, there's some other things that you can change. You can clear your browser data. So if you ever have problems, with Canvas or with webmail, and you call the IT help desk and they say, well, we need you to clear your browser data, this is how you do it. Just click on this clear browsing data button. And let's take a look at some other options here. If you don't like the way that this looks, you can go out and get some themes. There's a ton of themes out here. Most of them are free. There's also some extensions that you can install to your Chrome. Be careful about installing too many because it can slow down your web browsing experience. Some useful ones that I really like is something called Web of Trust. And what that is it allows people to rate websites based on, trustworthiness, such as if it's infected, it will get rated low. If it's a clean website, it gets rated high. So when you go out to do web surfing, each link has like a little donut next to it. It'll range from like a green donut to a red one. And if it's a red donut, obviously means you don't want to click on that site. It might have some nasty banners, maybe infected, that sort of thing. And if it has a green donut next to it, means people gave it high ratings, indicating that it's a clean website and you won't get infected. So it can be kind of useful. It's not always 100% exact, so you just have to be a little bit careful. And there's some other extensions here that you might be interested in. Games, I'd probably stay away from those so it doesn't distract you too much from your work. And then there's some apps here that you might find useful. I haven't looked at these apps in a while. I didn't realize there were so many apps. Wow. Anyways, that's pretty much all there is to Google Chrome. And the reason why that we're installing this is it's going to allow us to download much larger files with a little bit more dependability compared to Internet Explorer, because that's one of the next things that we're going to have to do is install Autodesk products. So unless you're a planner, you're definitely going to need to install some Autodesk products. And again, as far as what Autodesk products you need to install, that really depends on your curriculum of study. So that's all there is for this particular tutorial.